Yo, what up, folks? So we back again with another video by djmobileautoservices. So I just got prompted that I got a package in the mail. Been waiting for this package for a while. Shout out to the people at Autool for sending me this package. It kind of took a little longer than expected because it was coming from, you know, overseas. But I'm here at the web source facility waiting for this box to come through. That's the courier guy. He says it's not going to take long because basically there's no one here, as you can see. So I'm gonna do a live unboxing for y'all when I get back at the shop. So let's see what's in the package. I believe this is the multimeter, right? Yeah, so this is our automotive multimeter, so stay tuned. Alright, let's open up this box and see what's in it. So this is a new tool that they are trying to push into the market, right? So they sent a few of us around the world to see if it's something that is, the people want. So I got mine, right? Shout out to Kiki and Amelia, right? So it comes in a nicely wrapped box, let's throw this to the side, right? And basically, as being one of the product reviewer, right, they will probably occasionally send things to us to test and get them, our honest opinion, right? So it comes in a blow molded case. I feel like it's a very solid case. I believe this is a thank you card from them. Let's open this up, right? It's in Chinese, but I believe it will say thank you, right? Because it's the first thing you see, right? And this here is a hard copy of the manual, right? And the multimeter leads. And basically, this is a tool. This is DM303 multimeter. They don't have the batteries in it, but can't power it on. You can't ship things with battery anyway. And also it comes with a few accessory leads, and the batteries was in the box also. It can be shipped with the battery, so they had to put it to the side. This lead looks like it tests battery. I'm not sure what else it's for, but it looks like it has long reach. And this is the COP ignition pin, right? This is another lead. I'm not sure what it's for. So let's see how the tool looks and feels, right? As I said, this is to check the battery voltage or cranking voltage. These leads ain't bad, so now as I said, let's show this to the side, right? So yeah, I'm not sure what this lead is for. I'll probably have to read the manual and see what it is. I see that they label these things, which is cool, so we don't have to be guessing, right? So let's open the package up and see what's in it, right? So as I said, they say that this is Cat 3, right? The multimeter and the leads, but I definitely gotta put these batteries in and power it up so you can see how it looks. The tool don't have a bad feel. It's light, right? It's light, and it actually feels real good. As I said, this is a few breakout leads that they sent. Not sure what they're for, but I believe it's like if you want to back probe into things, and you could always hook up. And this is the multimeter leads that comes with it, right? It have a long length, which is good. And let's see, as I said, it's Cat 3, and they have some nice thin probes, which is really cool. You dig? So let's throw this to the side real quick. Right, let's go over what else we're gonna check here. Right, so this here is the hard copy manual, but you can download the soft copy if you need to, right? But the hard copy is supposed to be good enough, right? And this is their cert telling you that all is well with the tool, right? Probably a quality check or something like that, but as I said, shout out for Autool for sending me this product. And the manual looks real cool, you dig? It's written well, it's in black and white, but it looked like it's definitely explaining everything. It's in English and Chinese. So I believe this is the main lead that they say you need to hook up to the tool for diagnosing, right? So let's unravel this. Right, the breakout leads are labeled, so I guess to figure out who is who and what goes where, right? So you just screw this in on top here, make sure that you don't bend the pins. There's only one way you can put it anyway, right? So you just gently just screw it down, and you just look for what the probes that you need and what you're testing, right? This side look like is the probes for injectors, right? It comes in two different sizes, and as I said, these leads here, breakout leads, look like it's for K-line, can low, ground, so it's just basically breakout leads that you can use for whatever they have on their tool. And these leads here are color coded. I see that they have green, yellow, and black. And when I was looking through the main harness for the tool, I saw that one was going to can low, can high, and also the ground lead. So I believe this is just if you want to go into the DLC or any other things you want to do. But I don't think I'll be using like that. I'll probably use my breakout box, to probe into my breakout box if I have to use that. Right. I kind of like it because you can probably modify it to work with other banana jacks. I probably will modify it to put some stackables on it or something like that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do as yet, right? I gotta read the manual and then figure out who's what and what I could connect to, right? But as I said, I won't go directly into the DLC. There's fear of damaging the pins, right? So let's take it out to the car and test it. It looks like it's a solid tool. Alright, so let me explain some things about this tool, right? This tool is a multi-purpose tool, right? Multimeter, right? So it has voltmeter, it has a amp meter if you want to hook up to your amp clamp and stuff like that here. If you want to check your resistance, right, which is your ohm meter. If you want to turn it into, like, if you want to check your cranking voltage on your battery. If you want to do vehicle circuits, like probably output a 5 volt or something like that to a vehicle sensor, right? You also have the oscilloscope part, and if you press down, you have other features, which is I can check injectors, right? I can go across and check a relay. I can also put out a square wave, which is a signal out, right? If I want to check the CAN network or the K line. If I want to check the ignition, right, I gotta hook up the probe to check the coils. What else do we have? If I want to check frequency, right, you could go into settings, the help menu, and about, right? So let's pick one. If I go into the settings, I can change the basic setting, like if I want to take off the tone, the brightness, or if I wanted to cut off at certain times, right? Let's come out of there. If I want to set up time, I can hook up the time, the date, stuff like that. Right, it's 2023. The date is 6, and it's like the 16th. Right, if I want to hook, change my language from English to Chinese, well, I'm trying English, so come out of there. Here you could also check frequency with this multimeter. Let's go back out. Sorry, I'm supposed to go up. Alright, so I got the cable hooked up to the battery, so I'm going to do a cranking test. Let's put this here, so in case when I start the vehicle, you don't matter of fact, the cable is long enough where you can bring it to the driver's seat of the car, so you can get to see what's going on with the cranking voltage. Basically, if you want to check to see if you have a weak battery or a starting issue, you can do so. Right now I'm reading like 12 volts. So let's start the vehicle. Right, so I'm getting 12. Let's see, I'll get you all the glare. I'm getting like 12 volts right now. If I put the vehicle on, let's see the cranking amps or the voltage drop. currently it's 12.25 volts, minimum is 9.4, and when I cranked it dropped below the 9.6, right? So it's telling me that the battery is too low and is kind of on its way out. So I'm going to inform the customer that, you know, the battery is weak, and we know that because, as I said, this vehicle has been down for a whole year and a half, right? So let's do a next test. There's other tests I can do. I'm going to take off this right here. So they said that we can check like voltage, or we could, not voltage, we can power on an injector. So let's see if we could try that. Alright, so let's see if we can power on an injector. Alright, so we got injector number 1. Matter of fact, I gotta get this clamp back on. Alright, so in order to do so, they said that we gotta leave the power cable onto the battery. Right, and as I said, in my case, my power cable was mixed up, so it works. It just quality control wise, this is probably got messed up in this box or something like that, where my negative is my positive and my positive my negative. So it's something that I will definitely, you know, inform them. Right, so I'm just gonna, the cable is pretty long, so probably if you want to bench test an injector, you can do so. Right, so let's see if we can disable the injector. Let's take the ignition off. Alright, so the ignition is off. Alright, so we're just going to hook up to the injector. Alright, so with this tool, I can pulse the injector on once I have the power coming from the battery. Basically, if I want to do a fuel injector balance test, I can use this tool to do so. Right, so right now we have fuel in the rail, right? It's primed, so I can just press OK. The injector pulsing, and I can switch it off. So with that, now I can hook up my fuel pressure gauge on my rail, and I can watch to see if the injector pressure is dropping off, right? And you want to keep it within, you know, a certain range, probably like 1 or 2 psi of each other. All right, so I gotta use an old injector, right? It's really dirty. I don't use it, but I'm just doing a simulation to see that, show you that it's working, right? So as I said, if you go up, you can increase the RPM. If you go to the side, you can increase the time that you want the injector to stay on, right? All right, so let's pulse it and see what's happening. So I don't have no fuel going through this, but you actually hearing it clicking. Clicking doesn't mean it's working, but at least with the fuel injector gauge hooked up, I can see if I'm getting like a PSI drop, right? So fuel drop. So this is a real good handy tool where, let's see if we can increase the time. All right, so I can increase the time the injector stay on. So you don't want to have it running too long without no fuel, to kind of burn up the solenoid, right? But this is some old injectors I had, so that's good, right? So that's one cool feature with this tool. Next one I can see they can do a better job with this back stand is keep moving. It doesn't clip actually. It don't have a clip. It just rests there. What else can I see? If you want to check it, the ignition, as I said, I can hook up the probe onto, I gotta take this off. Right, I gotta start the vehicle and I can hook the probe up. I see that it has the 4-stroke. I wonder if it can do like waste spark and stuff like that. Let's see. Alright, so this is the ignition coil pickup tool part or section, right? It's telling you that, you know, you can see the coil firing, right? Does that tell me anything else? No, not really. Alright, so I had the tool hooked up to this, like gently touching a coil, right? And that is the signal I got, right? Is this something that I can use? Probably just to see, like, you know, if a coil is, or at least I'm getting power and ground to it, you know, stuff like that. Probably gotta look into it a little bit more. But does it tell me much? Not really, right? So it's something that I gotta play with and try to understand what this little tool is telling me. But coming from, you know, I'm so accustomed to other scopes, you know, is this a good scope to like tell me if coil is good? Not really. Probably gotta try it on a vehicle that has a misfire and see if I see anything, you know, out of the blue. Right? Does it tell me that is, if the coil is powering up? Yes. Does it tell me that the coil is bad or good, or if I have a problem with my spark plug? No, as we speak right now, right? Because the sample rate on this needs to improve, right? It's really low. As I said, it's a multimeter. Is so many things in this this one tool that, you know, probably could improve on that ignition part of it, you think? So but as I said, it could let me know that at least firing, right? I'm seeing here that I'm getting a spike, right? But the details is so, you know, I've tried to play with it, like to, oh no, I missed it. Let's put it back on. Yeah, well, I was saying, I tried to play with the settings to see if I could clear it up. I wasn't able to. So, like, if you're looking for, you know, so say for instance it's upside down, I don't think you can invert the signal waveform. But I won't use this for the ignition part of it, right? I have other scopes that I can grab and get more details, right? But you know, all in all, it's not a bad tool, right? I said I was able to pulse an injector. I can do an injector drop test from a sequential injector or a GDI injector. It's a basic multimeter, right? Feature added to it. You can check for battery, see if you have cranking issues from the starter, or if you have a low battery problem. You probably could diagnose that also. Yeah, so the probes that come with this tool for the relay is kind of too small, so I'm gonna have to modify a few of those, or probably make some attachments to check relays, right? You just gotta hook on to 30, 87, 85, and 86, right? So you can check for let's say continuity across the coil, right? You could probably power it up also, seeing that you can power up injectors. I'm not seeing why you can't power up a relay to actually, you know, see if it's working, right? What else this tool has? You can check the network, they said, right? You can go straight from the DLC box, or you can, if you have your own breakout box, you can hook it up and go onto it. I'm not sure how it's gonna look though. Right, so what they did, they sent some breakout leads, right, to go with the, let's say, the multimeter, right? So you can check can high, can low, and ground, right? But I recommend that you use a breakout box and don't go directly into the DLC in case you spread the pins, right? You don't want that, right? So let's hook that up and see how it looks. All right, so I have my breakout box hooked up and on my can high, can low, and the ground, right? It have a kind of like a can network setup, right? Using, look like it use the data. Let's see if we can get right. So basically I'm seeing like a data serial coding, right? Is it useful? It probably have its place, right? Can I use it to diagnose vehicles? I believe I won't, because I have more advanced scope at, you know, at my leisure basically to use. So would I, as I said, man, it have its place, right? Yeah, for those who deal with the network, the serial coding and stuff like that, probably can use this. But yeah, other than that, this look like a solid tool to have in your toolbox, right? So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. If you want to see more of this tool or other tools or even other diagnosing, hit me up on the comment section. And till next time, take it easy.